Hello everybody, my name is Suman Dua. I'm a registered migration agent based in Brisbane, Australia. In this video today, I would like to give you some updates regarding New South Wales state nomination requirements for subclass 190 and 491 visa. So New South Wales is still waiting for the additional allocation of seats from the Department of Home Affairs for the remaining financial year. On their website, they have mentioned that for the subclass 190, they will only be inviting applicants who are working in the ICT, health or engineering sectors, which are considered as critical sectors by the Department of Home Affairs. They have also advised that they will only be inviting applicants who are currently residing in New South Wales. Based on the recent invites, we have noticed that they are inviting applicants who are working in these critical sectors in New South Wales. Regarding the 491 visa, Regional Development Authority will shortly commence assisting the New South Wales Treasury for the 491 visa applications. Under this new arrangement, the RDAs will be responsible for setting their own occupation lists for the nomination of the 491 visa. The good thing is that the nomination criteria will remain consistent across all RDAs, but each RDA, like I said before, will have their own occupation list. New South Wales has also advised that due to the recent reduction in the migration program, the chances of getting invited are very low and you must meet their minimum nomination criteria. For the 491 visa subclass, now they have 3 streams. The first stream is living and working in regional New South Wales. The second stream is that if you're living and studying in regional New South Wales. And the third stream is living and working outside of regional New South Wales. You need to meet all the criteria in one of these streams to be then eligible to apply for the 491 visa. The first stream, which is living and working in regional New South Wales, so it requires you to have a skills assessment in a nominated occupation which is in the regional New South Wales list. You also need to be working and living in the regional New South Wales in your nominated occupation or closely related occupation for a period of 12 months. The closely related occupations are those which have the same occupation unit group, so which means the first 4 digits of these occupations are same. For example, the ANSCO code for analyst programmer is 261311 and for software engineer is 261313. So in this case, the first 4 digits are same, so these will be considered as closely related occupations. The second stream is for those who have recently completed study in regional New South Wales. Now, to be eligible for this stream, you still need a valid skills assessment in a nominated occupation which is on the New South Wales regional occupation list. You also need to have completed your study within the last 2 years. And the university or college where you completed your study needs to be located in the regional New South Wales. The study should meet the Australian study requirement. So what it means is that it needs to be CRICOS registered for 92 weeks and completed in a minimum of 16 calendar months. It is also important that the qualification that you did in regional New South Wales has to be closely related to your nominated occupation. And also, to be eligible for this stream, you should have lived in the designated regional New South Wales area as well. So if you're somebody who has been living in Sydney but was studying in a regional campus, they won't qualify for this stream. Now the third stream, which is living and working outside of regional New South Wales, it has been further divided into 3 categories. The first category is if you have a job offer letter in regional New South Wales. So you could be somebody who is living outside of regional New South Wales but has a job offer letter from regional New South Wales. So in this case, you still need a valid skills assessment in the nominated occupation which is on the New South Wales regional occupation list. And the job offer letter that you have needs to be for ongoing employment and for a further 12 months period. The job offer letter also needs to be for full-time hours, which is a minimum of 35 hours a week. The job offer letter needs to be in your nominated occupation or closely related occupation. The business needs to be located in regional New South Wales and needs to be registered in Australia. The second category is for applicants who are currently offshore and have a minimum of 5 years of work experience in their nominated occupation. To be eligible under this category, you need to have a valid skills assessment in the occupation which is listed on the regional New South Wales regional occupation list, and you also need to have a 5 years of employment experience in your nominated occupation. The third category is for applicants who have family ties in regional New South Wales. You still need a valid skills assessment in your nominated occupation, and you also need to have an immediate family member in the designated area of the regional New South Wales to be eligible for this stream. So we will put the definition of the immediate family member in the description. So this immediate family member could be an Australian citizen, permanent resident, or they could be a holder of a 489 provisional visa as well. Now this family member needs to be currently residing in regional New South Wales at the time of your application, and they would need to be residing in regional New South Wales for a minimum of 2 years. Now apart from this, they have also put some frequently asked questions on their website, and I would like to explain those as well in this video. So the first question is, what is the employment requirement under Stream 1? So Stream 1 is the stream where you require 12 months of work experience in your nominated occupation. So they have advised that an applicant must have worked in their nominated or closely related occupation for the 12 months immediately preceding their application in regional New South Wales. Now the employment must qualify as skilled employment under the Home Affairs point scheme. That is a minimum of 20 hours a week. So the employment does not need to be located in the region being applied to. So what it also means that if you're somebody who does not have full-time work rights but have been working in regional New South Wales for a minimum of 12 months for at least 20 hours a week, in that case you will meet the requirements for the New South Wales Stream 1. So the second question I have is, I have been residing in regional New South Wales for less than 12 months. Am I still eligible to apply? If you are currently living in regional New South Wales but do not meet the 12 months minimum requirement outlined under Stream 1, you may be eligible to apply for New South Wales nomination under Stream 3 if you have a job offer letter or family ties. However, preference will be given to applicants applying under Stream 1 and meet the 12 months requirement. So if you're somebody who has been living in regional New South Wales maybe from last 6 months, so of course you cannot apply under Stream 1 because you don't meet that 12 months work experience requirement. You can try for Stream 3, which requires you to have a job offer letter, but of course Stream 1 candidates will be given preference over the Stream 3 candidates because they have been working in regional New South Wales for 12 months, so they have shown longer commitment in regional New South Wales. So the next one I've got here is, I have a job offer letter in regional New South Wales, but my current visa conditions mean I'm unable to accept it. Can I still apply under Stream 3A? So Stream 3A is again the one where you need a job offer letter from regional New South Wales, and you could be somebody who's living outside of regional New South Wales. If you cannot accept the job offer letter and you wish to apply under Stream 3A, then offer must state that employer is prepared to hold the job open until you have been granted your subclass 491 visa and are able to legally work the required hours per week. The genuineness of the job offer letter you provide with your application will be scrutinized during assessment. So if you're somebody who's on a student visa but does have a valid skills assessment and meet the eligibility requirements and has the occupation on the list and also has a job offer letter, the job offer letter must be for full-time hours, which is 35 hours a week. And of course, if you're somebody who's on a student visa and you have only 20 hours work rights, in that case you cannot accept a job offer letter. But if your employer states that he's willing to, give you a part-time job until your 491 visa is granted, and that at that time he's willing to give you full-time hours, that will be accepted by the state. So the last question I have is, I currently reside in Australia. Am I eligible to apply for New South Wales nomination under Stream 3B? So Stream 3B is the one which is only for offshore applicants who have a valid skills assessment in the nominated occupation, which will be on New South Wales regional list, and who also have a minimum of 5 years of work experience in their nominated occupation. So the answer is no. Stream 3B is for offshore applicants only. Although there is no designated time frame that an applicant must be residing offshore when applying, An applicant must demonstrate that they have genuinely established residency outside Australia when applying. Applicants residing in Australia who relocate offshore solely to meet this criteria will have their applications declined. So if you are somebody who may want to just travel offshore just to apply under stream 3B, their applications may get declined because you will have to prove that you have already established residency outside of Australia before you apply under this stream. I hope this clarifies many of your doubts and concerns. However, if you are looking for nomination from New South Wales for either 190 or 491 visa and you would like us to manage your application, please get in touch with us. To stay updated about Australia's immigration, make sure that you subscribe to our channel.